how the heck you doing? I'm doing great and I hope you are too. Got Thanksgiving coming up, so I've been pretty busy, so I missed Tutorial Tuesday. So this is going to be almost Tutorial Tuesday with the behind the scenes look at the Lioness picture that I uploaded with the time-lapse drawing last week, or the week before. I don't recall which one it was. But let's jump on in. And we're going to just go into Procreate. I did that one on iPad because it does have a little time-lapse feature within Procreate. I'll still be doing stuff in Photoshop on the Surface Pro, but I'm still looking into some software to use for that feature. So if you have any ideas or comments, please drop them down below and I'll check them out. But let's go ahead and jump on into Procreate and get this little guy started. What I typically do is set up my canvas like I showed you in the first episode between the two Surface Pro and Procreate on the iPad Pro. And then I'll go in and select my brush. What I typically do for my sketching and stuff is use the HB pencil tool. So I got that selected. Go into color. I want to do like a medium gray, not too dark, not too light. And then I'm going to go over into my layers, down into background color. And I don't want to stay in white. Like I said, I like to stay in a darker shade than that. So let's click done on that, get out of there. And I'll just do a little test on it as far as maybe I'll go a little darker with the pencil. Go a little darker. So there we go. Yeah, that's a good look to it. I'm going to adjust the opacity to about 65 or so. I'm going to keep the brush size around 70. Switch over to my eraser real quick. Actually, with the new iPad Pro pencil, I'm going to go ahead and do a double tap on the pencil. Does a double tap, switches me between the eraser and the pencil. Double tap. I'm back to that. And I'll just back up. So let's go ahead and jump right into the Lioness and do a little behind the scenes look at that as far as what I did to bring that about. Like I said, that was just a quick sketch. Nothing dramatic as far as artistic ability or anything, just something I wanted to do a quick sketch for you guys, a little time lapse. But let's go ahead and jump on in there and see how that came about. Now the Lioness sketch that I did for this was nothing in particular. I was looking for a reference photo on the internet, so I just did a search for it and came across this one. I like the look of it, the contrast of it and everything. But let's go ahead and start the time lapse and we'll just see what we did. As you can see, when I first started out, had my blank canvas and everything, I just wanted to get a general overall look of how the line was laid out. I didn't worry about as far as any erroneous lines or anything at this point. I just wanted to get a general overall look of how it was looking. So I was just doing a slight sketch on it and moving along through there. And when I went to go over that, I just darkened up my pencil a little bit and went into a second layer. And then I started doing the details on it a little bit, trying to keep it light still, not doing too much detail or anything. Just getting the overall values of the light and dark, adding some dark values here to the eyes and the nose, a little bit of the ears there. And then I continued on, adding little features here and there around the muzzle and everything, underneath, doing some shading underneath the beard area there for her. And then just filling in some general shadowing on the face and body, going along the back there. Trying to keep it light, not too dark or too detailed or anything. And then once I got a familiar look of what I wanted as far as the dark features, I will go ahead and switch over to my white pencil and just do the highlights underneath the muzzle, giving her the beard, a little contrast on the nose as far as where the light would hit it, and she had some light pieces of hair and fur along the mouth and the nose and just along the edge of the eye, so I added those into there. And as we moved along, added the highlights of the fur, gave her some whiskers and some eyelashes. some long stringed eyelashes and everything. I had to reduce my pencil level to that one to get those really sharp dramatic lines on there. Then I switched up the color on my brush to a little darker gray, went a little wider on my brush size, and dropped the opacity just slightly, and then adding another layer below her. As far as the details, I just filled it in a little bit to kind of pop out the overall look of the figure that I have on there. So added some highlights with some weeds and stuff, little weeds sprouting up in front of her and in back of her. As you can see, that's the finished Lioness as far as I wanted to take it at this point. I would say I did it in about 10 minutes, if that, maybe a little bit less, or give or take. So like I said, quick sketch. Wanted to give you a little behind the scenes look of what that was doing on that. And as I bring you some more projects, they're going to be a little more intense, still bringing you some sketching, painting, between Photoshop and stuff. I'll be doing some compositing in Photoshop also in there. So look forward to that. If you want to see anything in particular on either of the programs, Photoshop or Procreate, don't forget to drop me a comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you next Tuesday tutorial, and most likely a time-lapse tutorial. I'd like to give you what's coming up prior to the tutorial itself, but we'll have to see. So hang in there, guys, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.